Hello, my beautiful YouTube friends. This is Letty again, and in today's video, I want to go over some research and things that I have learned about coyotes. I'm going to be out boondocking in the wild, and I really didn't know that much about coyotes, so please stay with me, and I will let you know, teach you whatever I have learned. And if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will stay and get some of this really good information. And please, if you're so inclined to do so, hit subscribe and hit the bell so you'll know when my next video is coming up. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I noticed that somebody in Facebook posted that they had been camping out in their van all night long, and all they heard was howling of coyotes. And that was a little disturbing for me because I really didn't know that much about coyotes. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if I'm out there? What if I'm out there and I get confronted by a coyote? What am I going to do? Well, you know, I want to play something to you. Yeah, that's what a coyote sounds like. And although I would love to spend, honestly, I would love to spend an evening listening to the howling of coyotes because I think it is an amazing sound and it is just nature, but it is scary too. And now I've researched a lot. I've been reading a lot on the internet about the behavior of coyotes, where they hang out, what they do. And there are really two types of coyotes nowadays. There are the coyotes that are in the wild, and then there are the coyotes that are living in residential areas. And the reason why they're living in residential areas is because that used to be their home. That used to be their territory. And then as the builders came in and built, the coyotes kind of stayed. And of course, what is happening with that type of coyote is that they kind of get used to humans. They're not afraid of humans anymore. And so I read that in San Francisco, in certain areas in San Francisco, there have been a lot of coyotes and a lot of coyotes attacks. Now, what I read was that the majority of the attacks were joggers. And one of the things that it says about coyotes, if you get confronted by a coyote, is not to run, because then the coyote will think you are their prey. So the best thing to do is to make noise, clap, do whatever, throw something, scare the coyote. And the coyote in the wild will probably be receptive to that and run and be scared. However, like I said, the coyote in the city gets so used to people that, according to some of the people in San Francisco that the coyotes attacked, they jumped up and down, they made all the noise in the world, and the coyotes still came towards them. And in some cases, they were attacked by coyotes. But like I said, the majority of the attacks were joggers, people that were running, and the coyote probably thought that was their prey. But for the most part, a coyote does not attack you if you're just standing around, at least not a wild coyote. So that was a little comforting for me, because the last thing I want to do is be confronted by coyotes and not know what to do. But the other thing that I researched was that if coyotes usually prey on little animals, so if you have a little animal, a little cat or a dog or even a bigger dog, not to let it loose if you're camping out and boondocking, because the coyotes can go after your animals and they will eat your animal. They will kill your animal. I just saw one website where a coyote ate a deer. A couple of coyotes were able to kill a deer. So if they can kill a deer, they can certainly kill a bigger dog as well. So the best thing to do is always keep your dogs in a leash, or always know where your dogs are at all times, and cats as well. So that, you know, I guess that's kind of common sense, although there are people who, you know, don't have a lot of common sense. So it's good to let everyone out there know that that's what a coyote would do. Coyotes normally don't hang out in packs like wolves. Coyotes usually hang out 2, maybe 3 at the most. They're more loners, and they're usually at night. They're nocturnal animals. They only come out during the day, during certain times of the year when they are breeding, or when the babies are born and they're protecting the babies more, or they're looking for food. But for the most part, and most of the year, coyotes usually only come out at night, which is okay, but it's also scary because I can picture myself being out at night, boondocking somewhere by myself, sitting in a chair next to my van, and here comes a bunch of coyotes and attack me. So that was a little concerning and a little scary. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm not even afraid that that's going to happen, but it is a possibility. So I want to be completely prepared in case something like that were to happen. So, I'm old. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have mobility issues. I can't run. Not that it's safe to run. You should never run. But let's say if I saw a bunch of coyotes coming my way, I couldn't like just jump in my van suddenly like somebody young and agile could do. So I'm thinking, okay, what if I'm sitting there and a bunch of coyotes come my way, or 2 or 3 coyotes come my way? What am I going to do? So this is what I researched, and it works. Pepper spray works. So I suppose I'm going to have to get the pepper spray or the bear spray or both. And when I'm out boondocking by myself, I will have to have those things on me at all times, just in case. I don't want to put fear into anybody because maybe this will never happen, and the coyotes in the wild, very, very seldom do they attack humans. They mostly attack humans in the city where they, like I said before, where they have been used to being around people, and maybe they see a person running, or maybe a person, something. If you see a coyote attacking your dog and you go to save your dog, of course the coyote's going to come after you. So those are things that they will more than likely happen. But I'm not afraid that that's going to happen to me, because where I live, I don't think there's any coyotes. I've never seen one. I know there are some further out in the country, and I have heard that there are a lot further out in the country, and they cause a lot of mayhem when they get into people's yards, like, getting into the trash, or if you have a small pet, killing your animal. But I'm not afraid of that. I was just afraid of being out in the boondocks and being attacked by coyotes. So now that I know, and I've done my research and I know what to do, I wanted to share it with you just in case you're not aware of what happens when you are around a coyote. And so I just wanted to, I love the howling. I would not mind listening to that. I think it is a wonderful sound. It's nature at its best. So until then, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I would appreciate if you're so inclined to do so. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That would really, really help me out. I'm trying to build my channel. I really appreciate everyone. So until then, my friends, may the sun shine on you today and every day, especially on your solar panels.